Good afternoon. I'm Jimmy James. You're watching Football Special Live. Whoever said tax needn't be taxing, they're a liar. Oh, doing my tax, it's absolutely taxing my brain. So, I am intending on having a few hours away from it and bringing you all this afternoon's goals as they go in. Hopefully, everything goes well with the stream. It's looking that way. Amazing. Can't believe it. Hopefully, no one's going to come banging on my door like they just have been. Just as you're waiting to go live, your door goes. Typical. And I would have been early today as well, which in itself is unusual, but there you go. Lots of games postponed to today, and that's played havoc with me coupon. Right, that's me morning over. Relax. Have a drink of your juice, Jimmy. Let's go. The live stream is open, so feel free to use that. The live chat is open. Feel free to use it. Hopefully Empire Maker will be in. I just want to know that he's okay, because as a massive Tranmere supporter, they've just been battered by Walsall, so it's not looking too good for Tranmere. Not an unexpected result, to be honest. Walsall are going fantastically well, aren't they? But they've pretty much won the league already. I don't know how many points they are clear now, but it must be, I don't know, I'm going to guess 15 points clear, is it? 12 points clear? It's theirs to lose now. If the wheels come off their wagon, it'd need to explode for them not to get promotion. Right, why don't we get rid of that? Come on, get rid. Right. We'll bring you some an early goal there from that man, Tommy Cannon. A 4th-minute penalty. He's given Stoke the lead away at Sunderland. It's Stoke 0. Sunderland 0, Stoke 1. That's in the FA Cup proper now, isn't it? Now the big guns are in. Torquay 1, Welling 0. Alloa 0, Queen of the South 1. Now let's get you these earlier games that have finished in the FA Cup. Let's put my glasses on. Get me glasses on and blimey, just looking at it on the TV now, who's that playing? You can't see you can hardly see because of the fog. Earlier on, I'm just trying to see what's going on here with the referee. The players are stood on the centre spot. Oh, it does look bad though, mind. As soon as you pan out, you can't see anything. Yeah, earlier on today, FA Cup in England, these are final scores. Birmingham 2, it's Swindon and Crewe, sorry. The game between Swindon and Crewe is sort of been going 5 minutes, but I don't know why they started it, because it can't have got that much worse in 4 minutes, but I think the referee's taking the players off. Alloa 0, Queen of the South 1. It was Lucent on 4 minutes, giving Queen of the South the lead there. Yeah, earlier games in the FA Cup, these are final scores. Birmingham 2, Lincoln 1. Bristol City 1, Wolves 2. Middlesbrough 0, Blackburn 1. And Liverpool 4, Accrington Stanley 0. Empire Makers in the chat says, hello, Jimmy. Empire Maker, I'm glad you've come in, mate. I just want to make sure that you're all right. Not a shocking result, is it, for Tranmere today to lose away at Walsall, like I was saying earlier, Walsall going great guns. But Tranmere had a player sent off as well. I don't know who it was, mate. If you know, let us know. But Tranmere, they won't have been expecting too much from today, fair enough. But that's going to hurt the goal difference as well. Not a good day if you're a Tranmere fan. Gosport 0, Taunton 1, Waterloo 0, St Cruden 1. That's over in Belgium. Westerloo, I should say. Waterloo. Over in Ireland, Crusaders 0, Dungannon 1. And yeah, so we've just done the FA Cup final scores. Empire Maker says it was bound to happen. Yeah, it was. I mean, Walsall, they are playing well this season, aren't they? They're going to cruise to the league title. But if you could have just kept it to sort of 2, even 3. But that 5-1, I'm assuming it finished 5-1. That hurts the goal difference. It's funny because it was only the other day, wasn't it? We were saying if they could, Tranmere could get a couple of 2-goal wins to help the goal difference, and then they go and do that. Armagh 1, HNW Welders 0, and Freiburg 2, Holstein Kiel 0. In League One, Mansfield and Lincoln, that's postponed. Reading and Wrexham, that's postponed. That's due to the FA Cup being played. Bolton Wanderers, they got thumped at Rotherham. It finished Rotherham 3, Bolton Wanderers 1. Bolton getting a goal late-ish on there, but yeah, a comprehensive win for Rotherham. In League 2, Grimsby and Notts County, that was postponed due to a frozen pitch. Walsall 5, Tranmere 1. Player who got sent off for Tranmere, let's have a look who it was. Who was a naughty boy? It was in the first half as well, wasn't it? 38 minutes. It was Finlay getting a second yellow on 38 minutes in his marching orders. And bizarrely enough, Tranmere were 2-0 down at that point before the sending off, with Matt on 15 minutes and Strick on 22 minutes, giving Walsall a 2-0 lead. And then Tranmere being what Tranmere are, they go down to 9 men, and 6 minutes later, they pull a goal back through Jennings on 44 minutes. However, in the second half, another 3 goals for Walsall from Matt on 49 minutes, Jellis on 72 minutes, and Law on 80 minutes made it 5-1 to Walsall. Let's have a quick look at the standings for you, mate. See where your beloved Tranmere are. That result, as things stand now, Walsall are on 55 points and well clear of Crewe. They've also got a game in hand as well of Walsall. Excuse me. Tranmere, on the other hand, they're just 1 place above the drop zone now. They're on 25 points. Morecambe, who are directly below Tranmere, are on 20 points. So you've got a couple of games there, mate, but you don't want to be getting drawn into this relegation battle. Like you were saying, you want to be pushing towards the playoff places. And that win against Carlisle 1-0, that was a massive result, that, as it's turned out. And, do you know, I'm not convinced, even though Carlisle have had points deducted, I'm not convinced Carlisle will get relegated just for some reason. I get a feeling Harrogate could be in trouble. Just a gut feeling, but we'll see as the season progresses. Leicester 4, QPR 2, Jamie Vardy, 51 minutes. He just put a penalty in. That game kicked off a little bit earlier, didn't it? Was it a 2 o'clock kickoff? I think it was. Cray Wanderers 1, Potters Bar 0, Hemel Hempstead 1, Slough 0, Rushall 0, Scunthorpe 1, and Boston United have just taken the lead against Ebbsfleet. Moving over to Scottish Premiership, final result, Ross County 1, Celtic 4. Not unexpected that, was it? Bowers and Pitsy 1, Cray Valley 0. Goal scorer to follow. Yeah, played havoc with my coupon. I put what did I do? I did unders today. I just had a feeling there was going to be a low-scoring goal day. There's a score correction. It's now Boston United 0, Ebbsfleet 0. That goal for Boston being chalked off. However, Macclesfield have taken the lead against FC United. It's currently Macclesfield 1, FC United 0. Yeah, up in Scotland, Celtic give a little bit of a pasting to Ross County, really. Ross County 1, Celtic 4. Furuhashi on 40 minutes gave Celtic the lead. In fairness to Ross County, they levelled things up with a penalty on 60 minutes from White. And they hung on for another 21 minutes before Furuhashi again on 81 minutes made it 1-2 to Celtic. And then two late goals. A penalty on the 96th minute for Engels made it 1-3 to Celtic. And just 2 minutes later, 98 minutes, McCowan made it 1-4 to Celtic. So it looks like it was an easy victory. However, not so when you look at the timings of the goals. Swindon and Crewe, that game's been stopped on 3 minutes because of the fog. And they're going to have an assessment at 3:30, Swindon Crewe. I don't know why the referee started that game, because it can't have got, in that 3 minutes, it can't have got so much worse. We've got a goal up here. That's for Bournemouth and West Brom. It looks like West Brom have taken the lead away at Bournemouth. They have indeed. Caleb Taylor on 14 minutes giving the away side the lead. Barwell and Bromsgrove. That has been postponed. And Exeter 0, Oxford United 1. Matt Phillips on 14 minutes has given Oxford the lead. Oxford, since they beat Plymouth in the league, they went on a bit of a tear, and they are doing exceptionally well. Going from the bottom of the league, you know, in the bottom four, they're going to be pushing for playoff places at this rate. Just shows how you can turn your season round with a bit of a run. And I know we've said it a few times that if you can put 3, 4, 5 games together with, you know, no defeats, a few victories, a draw, you know, you start climbing that table. Over in Ireland, Crusaders 0, Dungannon 2. How does that affect my bet? This is going to be carnage now on my bet. How many of the games are have been postponed? How many have been postponed? Who's just scored as well? It's just been suspended. We'll check that later on. We'll check it later on. I think we know how it's going to end up, but you've always got to be in it to win it. And for £1, it's not going to break the bank. Chelsea have almost scored from a corner there. But no, it still remains at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 0, Morecambe 0. Have we had any upsets so far in the FA Cup? I'm not sure that we have. Has that been called off? It should have been a 3 o'clock kick-off, and it's come through now, postponed, Barwell and Bromsgrove. lots of frozen pitches about today. I'm surprised there's not more games called off north of the border up in Scotland. But plenty of football on. Hibs are playing Motherwell, and it's currently 0-0 at Easter Road. In La Liga, there was a game, an earlier kick-off. Alaves 0, Girona 1. In the Welsh Premier League, it finished Aberystwyth 1, Britain Ferry 6. Red letter Dave, you're a Britain Ferry fan. And it finished Bala 0, Carnarvon 2. It's a penalty for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Why is that? If I've got Chelsea over there, why has it not come up as a penalty? Why has that not come up as a penalty down at the bottom? That one. I know it's come up as a penalty. So they're a little bit behind there. Stick with Catch It Live first. We're quicker. What did Harry Potter want? As soon as I sit down, I seen him at the door, I thought, something and nothing.
Manage.
Oh.
It's going to come through between 5:15 and 8:15. Well, you can get rid of the shower. It's such a casual, I think. So I ordered it yesterday, so it will be here today.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, I know, if only. Chatham 0, Wingate and Finchley 1. That penalty that Chelsea had has just been missed. It's just been missed. A double save there from the keeper. And, yeah, they're a little bit behind. They're a little bit behind down here. Come on, AI Score, get on the ball. What's going on? Wimborne 0, Marlow 1. Is it an omen for that? Is this not going to be Chelsea's day? Are Morecambe going to be going through? I doubt it. If somebody said you can have £1 million, who's going to be going through? I'd still be going Chelsea. Bedford 1, AFC Telford 0, Weymouth 1, Dorking 0, and Aveley 1, Chesham 0. At the City Ground, it is still Nottingham Forest 0, Luton Town 0. Come on, AI Score. You're still showing the penalty. It's not being retaken or anything like that. The game is going on. Double save from the keeper there. Exeter 0, Oxford 1, Matt Phillips on 14 minutes. That was the last goal we had. Not a lot of goals around in what you'd call the higher leagues today. Now it's gone back up to date with a penalty miss. Buxton have taken the lead against Chester. Buxton 1, Chester 0. In the National League North, there was one game today. Hereford and Warrington. That game's been postponed due to bad weather. Currently in the FA Cup, it's Leicester 4, QPR 2, 63 minutes gone in that game. Over in Italy, Serie A, Empoli 1, Lecce 2, 60 minutes gone there. And Udinese 0, Atalanta 0, 60 minutes gone there. Boston United 0, Ebbsfleet 1. We'll get you some of these goal scorers shortly. And it's now Leicester 5, QPR 2. Goal scorer to follow on that one. It is James Justin on 63 minutes, giving Leicester a commanding lead now, beating QPR 5-2. Over in Germany, Bundesliga, it's back after the winter break. Half time, it is Freiburg 2, Holstein Kiel 0. Half time, Heidenheim 1, Union Berlin 0. Union Berlin down to 10 men there. Half time, Hoffenheim 0, Wolfsburg 1. And 7 minutes of added on time being played at the minute between Mainz and Bochum. It's Mainz 1, Bochum 0. And it's half time between St. Pauli and Eintracht Frankfurt. It's St. Pauli 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. We'll go through League One in a minute and give you the postponed games. It's now Weymouth 1, Dorking 1. Greenwood gave Weymouth the lead there on 18 minutes, but Dorking have just equalised 3 minutes later. Goal scorer to follow on that one. Boston United 0, Ebbsfleet 1. Aaron Cosgrove on 22 minutes giving Ebbsfleet the lead. And Exeter have just equalised against Oxford. Dimitri Mitchell on 22 minutes. Again, Exeter back on level terms. And Chester are now level with Buxton. It's Buxton 1, Chester 0. Buxton taking the lead on 18 minutes through Fitzhugh. Chester equalising 2 minutes later. Goal scorer to follow. English League One. Blackpool Cambridge postponed, frozen pitch. Northampton Barnsley postponed, frozen pitch. Shrewsbury Huddersfield frozen pitch. Stevenage Burton frozen pitch postponed. League Two was decimated. All the 3 o'clock kickoffs from this afternoon, all postponed. Accrington Newport, AFC Wimbledon Cheltenham, Carlisle MK Dons, Gillingham Fleetwood, Port Vale Barrow, frozen pitches. Swindon Crewe 0-0, but that's been interrupted after 3 minutes because of fog. It is bad, mind you. I was looking at it, you can't hardly see out of the centre circle. The problem with that is it got stopped after 3 minutes. Edinburgh City 0, Peterhead 1. Kieran Shanks on 22 minutes with the goal, giving Peterhead the lead. In the English National League, there's just 2 games survived. That's Boston United and Ebbsfleet. Currently Boston United 0, Ebbsfleet 1. And Yeovil 0, Woking 0. All the other games postponed. That's AFC Fylde Sutton, Aldershot Solihull Moors, Altrincham Wealdstone, Barnet and Hartlepool, Gateshead and Braintree, Maidenhead York City, Oldham and Eastleigh, Southend and Halifax, all falling victims to the weather. In Ireland, Northern Ireland, this is Armagh 1, H&W Welders 2. I might have just clicked the wrong game there, apologies. It's now Ballyclare 1, Newry City 1. They've doubled that goal up for some reason. We'll get to that in a second. It started really well for Armagh with a goal from Rutkowski in the first minute. However, H&W Welders levelled things up on 20 minutes and they've now took the lead on 25 minutes, so a turnaround in that game. What's going on with Ballyclare and Newry City? Let's have a look. At the City Ground, it's still Nottingham Forest 0, Luton Town 0. Newry City, they took the lead on 6 minutes, but Ballyclare at home have equalised on 20 minutes. Haven't got the goal scorers for you, unfortunately. And Chatham have equalised at home against Wingate and Finchley. Wingate and Finchley taking the lead on 15 minutes through Drake's Thomas. But Chatham have just equalised on 23 minutes. No, I don't want to cast to another screen. And at the Vitality Stadium, it is now Bournemouth 1, West Brom 1. West Brom taking the lead from Taylor in the 14th minute. But Bournemouth have just equalised. Clivert with the equaliser. Just side footing that past the keeper at the back post. No problem for him. Plymouth Parkway have taken the lead against Swindon South. I'm assuming that is Swindon SAO. I've never checked that, you know. I've always just assumed it is Swindon South. 26 minutes gone. Plymouth Parkway 1, Swindon South 0. Standings wise, Swindon South still mid-table. Plymouth Parkway would move out of the relegation zone and move up to 16th place. Only a couple of points clear though, so they need to keep on the ball there. Lola Poops here. You can't get your big fat head around, can you now? No, you can't. See, right up your beak then. Good job you didn't have no bogies in there. Harborough 1, Hitchin 0. Goal scorer to follow. Swindon and Crewe still not being played. 2 minutes until.
You need to put some logs on your fire, don't you?
Plenty in there. Oh, it's clearing up at Swindon now. I can see the referee. You can see him on the centre spot there. So it has cleared through that fog that stopped play after 3 minutes. Like I said, why start after 3 minutes? He stood there now like he's on parade. The referee, they'll get back underway. I'm pretty sure. It was Starkey on 26 minutes for Harborough, giving them a 1-0 lead over Hitchin. Things you've got to put up with trying to do a live stream in a busy house. And up in Scotland, north of the border, Hibernian 1, Motherwell 0. Goal scorer to follow. It was Martin Boyle on 27 minutes. Popping Motherwell's bubble. Hey! Grow up, Jimmy. Never going to happen. Big game this as well, because this would put Hibernian just 2 points behind Motherwell in the league if it stays as is. So Hibs will be hoping to take all 3 points today. And kind of looking at Hearts, just one off the bottom. Awful season for them. Awful season. We've got an equalising goal in the MPL Premier Division. It is now Basford 1, Gainsborough 1. Abdullah on 21 minutes giving Basford the lead, and Buttroyd on 28 minutes has levelled things up. So the home side's lead didn't last long there. And there's been a goal in the National League North. Buxton 2, Chester 1. Buxton took an early lead on 18 minutes through Fitzhugh. Caton on 20 minutes levelled things up for Chester. But on the 28th minute, Buxton have taken the lead. Goal scorer to follow. It's not come through yet. But this game, Buxton, it'd be a big win for Buxton, this actually. It would move them into 5th place in the league on 41 points. And Chester, well, they're mid-table and quite they're clear of relegation by some margin, so they're not sort of looking over the shoulder. They'll be looking towards the playoff places, if anything. Radcliffe are still in that bottom four now. Got some games in hand though, Radcliffe, so it's all right having them in hand, but you do need to win them, that's for sure. And another quick goal up in Scotland. It's now Hibs 2, Motherwell 0. That's an escape, a mistake from the keeper, and Triantis on 30 minutes now has doubled Hibernian's lead. Just what Hibs wanted, this. Just looking at the goal. That's an acute angle. We've got it past the keeper in off the far post. Good finish from Triantis. Right, let's get back over to the live games. Looks like Ian Holloway's in the middle of the pitch there. In the English FA Cup, a latest score in the 75th minute. It's still Leicester 5, QPR 2. Coming towards the latter stages over in Serie A, 72 minutes gone in both these games. It's Empoli 1, Lecce 2, Udinese 0, Atalanta 0. Still half-time in all the games over in the Bundesliga. Looking forward to the BetClick 1 over in Poland starting on the 15th of February. Wisła's next game is. And anyone who's watching from Poland, I must say, Dzień dobry. There's just been a goal. Bournemouth have just taken the lead against West Brom. Yeah, that goal is going to good finish that as well. So Bournemouth turning things around there. Bournemouth 2, West Brom 1. Yeah, if you're over in Poland, dzień dobry. Nie mowy po polski angielski, dziękuję bardzo. I'm looking forward to, I've just come back from Poland again. I mean, just before Christmas, and I've just come back now. There was no football on while we were there. It's closed season, but they do have the friendlies. But not for another week or so. And Wisła's home games are being played at a neutral venue. They're playing a couple of Ukrainian teams and what have you. So we get back proper on the 15th of February. So looking forward to that, that's for sure. I was hoping to get over to the club shop again and go and get some merch, but it didn't quite happen. And I did intend doing the daily accumulator. We managed it for one day, but as the holiday went on, every time I should have been doing the betting shop in an evening, all the horse racing results and sports news from around the UK, too much beer had flowed and it would have been an absolute shambles. So better off not to do it and wait till I get home, which I did. It was Utara, by the way, for Bournemouth, who gave them that 2-1 lead over West Brom. Yeah, so looking forward to the Polish football getting back up and running, like I said, on the 15th of February, proper in the league. I think there's four or five friendly matches before that. Just to get the lads back ship shape, but they are back training. So fingers crossed they can hit the ground running. And then we can see Redado giving it the old Bresham, Rahunek. Over in Ireland, Loughgall 0, Portadown 1, and Maidstone 1, Enfield Town 0. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to join us nightly when we have sports news just in brief, mainly what the headlines are, And then we go through all of the day's horse racing results from the UK and Ireland. If you check out in the morning, we put a post out with our 6-horse accumulator, 10 pence each way. It isn't going to break the bank. You've got to be in it to win it. And we've had a few days where we've had like 4 horses placed, and it's normally for anything from 8,000 to 120,000, just depends on the prices. So it'd be nice to win that and hopefully get a few followers winning it too. Especially after Christmas, it's nice to get a few coffers back in the bank, isn't it? It's an expensive time, Christmas. Especially when you've got kids, and now we've got grandkids as well. It certainly drains the old bank balance, but there you go. Nice to have family, that is for sure. Maidstone 1, Enfield Town 0, and it's now Norwich 0, Brighton 1. Goal scorer to follow there. I'm also on a diet as well. I came back from Poland. I've been just before Christmas eating pierogies and love the Polish food. Obviously, plenty of alcohol consumed. Then you come home for Christmas and New Year. It's more alcohol. It's more good food. It's chocolate. And it was Jorginho Rutter on 37 minutes making it Norwich 0, Brighton 1. Yeah, too much good food, too much good living. Then I flew out on last Sunday back over to Poland, had 4 or 5 days there with more great food, more beer. And it's like, oh, come on, Jimmy, sort yourself out. I've got an op at the end of February 25th. So I've got to lose a bit of weight for that. I think I was about 16 stone 7, 16 stone 9. It's too much. So I started a diet. I'm down to 16 stone 3. I've only been going a couple of days though. So if I can get down to 15 stone just for ready for my operation, and then I'm going on a cruise not long after that. So I've got to lose some weight because you know what that's like. Cruising, plenty of food, plenty of beer. It's all this working hard and playing hard, but definitely need to keep an eye on my weight. That is for sure. Maidstone 1, Enfield Town 0. We've done that one. Norwich 0, Brighton 1. We've done that one. Boston United 1, Ebbsfleet 1. Ebbsfleet Boston getting back on level terms there. It was Cosgrave on 22 minutes giving Ebbsfleet the lead. And Boston on 39 minutes have just levelled things up. Adam Marriott it was on 39 minutes. At the City Ground, it's still Nottingham Forest 0, Luton Town 0. And Weymouth 1, Dorking 2. Dorking taking the lead there. It was Weymouth who took the lead, funnily enough, on 18 minutes to a goal by Greenwood. Pryor on 21 minutes levelled things up there for Dorking, but Dorking have now taken the lead on 38 minutes. As soon as I get a goal scorer for that game, I will let you know. Right, let's leave it on the screen. There's been a goal at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 1, Luton 0. Goal scorer to follow. It was a good header, that. I don't know who the player was because I've got it small on the screen, but it was a good header. And there's been Chelsea have just taken the lead, and Nkunku missed a penalty on 17 minutes. Great double save by the keeper, by the way. And they have just taken the lead though now against Morecambe, so it's Chelsea 1, Morecambe 0. It was Ryan Yates on 40 minutes putting Nottingham Forest in the lead against Luton. Currently Forest 1, Luton 0. And what a turnaround at Why has that not updated though? Has this goal been chalked off? Oxford took the lead against Exeter, but it's now showing. I'd just be a little bit careful of that one just for a minute. It was tossing. It was with the goal for Chelsea. Chelsea 1, Morecambe 0. It was Oxford United 1, Exeter 0, and it was Phillips on 14 minutes who put Oxford in the lead. However, 22 minutes, Mitchell levelled things up, and Mitchell again on 40 minutes has just given Exeter a 2-1 lead. Just looking at the fog at Swindon and Swindon Crew. Players are out there warming up. You can see them, but they haven't started again. It's much better than it was, but it was shocking earlier on, that is for sure. But the referee stopped the game after 3 minutes, and it's like, what changed in that 3 minutes? Nothing. Whether it's because it changes protocols or something like that, I'm not sure. There's been a goal in the English National League North. It's now Buxton 2, Chester 2. Fitzhugh on to 18 minutes gave Buxton the lead. Caton on 20 minutes levelled things up. On 28 minutes, Brennan put Buxton back in the lead, but on 39 minutes, Chester are back on level terms. I don't have the goal scorer at the present, but it is 2-2. There's been a goal in the National League South between Tonbridge and Chippenham, and it's the away side Chippenham that have taken the lead on 42 minutes. Don't have the goal scorer. That'll be to follow. And blimey, what a game this is turning out to be now. It is now Buxton 2, Chester 3. So what a seesaw match that is. They've now scored on 39 minutes to level things up, Chester. They've now taken the lead on 41 minutes. So it's Buxton 2, Chester 3. After Buxton, they're taking the lead twice themselves. We've had another goal now at the Vitality Stadium. It's now Bournemouth 3, West Brom 1. And Utara, he's got his second in 10 minutes there. Clivert levelled things up on 27 minutes after Taylor gave West Brom a lead on 14. And Utara's now put Bournemouth 3-1 up against West Brom. So it's all gone a little bit south there for the boing boing baggies. In the FA Cup, it's currently Leicester 5, QPR 2. 86 minutes gone in that game. And we're almost approaching injury time over in Serie A. It is 83 minutes gone in both these games. Empoli 1, Lecce 2, and Udinese 0, Atalanta 0. North of the border in Scotland in the Premiership, it's still Hibernian 2, Motherwell 0. Boyle on 27 minutes, giving Hibs the lead, and then Triantis on 30 minutes, doubling that lead after a mistake from Motherwell's keeper. In the Bundesliga, which is back after the winter break, all about 55-ish minutes gone. It's Freiburg 2, Holstein Kiel 2, Heidenheim 1, Union Berlin 0. Union Berlin down to 10 men. Hoffenheim 0. Hoffenheim 0. Wolfsburg 1. Mainz 1, Bochum 0, and St. Pauli 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. We'll have lots of half times coming through now from around the UK. Just having a look at, well, that's my bet down for a start off. I had Bournemouth and West Brom to be under 2.5 goals. Well, considering it's 3-1 and we're not at half time yet, that was a shocking prediction, Jimmy. I have Reading and Burnley under 2.5. That's currently 0-0. Sunderland Stoke under 2.5. That's currently 0-1. Yeah, no good, Jimmy. No good. Sort your head out, son. Right, let's move on from that. Get back to the goals as they're coming in. You can hear the crowd cheering. It is Basingstoke 1, Winchester 0, and Norwich 0, Brighton 2. Brighton doubling the lead over in Norfolk. Let's see if we've got a goal scorer for that Basingstoke goal. No, but it was on 43 minutes. Made it Basingstoke 1, Winchester 0. How does that affect the league currently? It's a good result for Basingstoke. They're trying to push towards the playoff places. They're currently in 8th. If it stayed like this, they'd be on 34 points. But they're still 6 behind the playoff places, and they've played a couple of more games as well than the teams above them, so definitely need a win there if they're going to keep the pressure on at least Basingstoke. It was Jorginho Rutter, 2 minutes into added on time, who got Brighton second. Winchester, they are kind of mid-table, just in maybe a little bit in the lower half, just. But yeah, they're not doing anything this season. It'll be mainly about not going down and having a comfortable end, it looks like, as opposed to pushing for anything promotion-wise. 46 minutes gone at Stamford Bridge. It's still Chelsea 1, Morecambe 0. Tossing on 39 minutes, giving Chelsea the lead. And Nkunku missed a penalty on 17 minutes there for Chelsea. And Yeovil have taken the lead against Woking. It's currently Yeovil 1, Woking 0. 2 minutes into added on time at the end of the first half there. Let's see if we can get a goal scorer for you. Yeah, it's not come to it. It's not been confirmed yet. And in Belgium, Westerlo v Saint-Truden. Ferrari getting a speedy goal there on 5 minutes. Hey! Made it Westerlo 0, Saint-Truden 1. But 3 minutes into added on time at the end of the first half, Westerlo have equalised with a goal from Piedfort. And the goal for Yeovil 1, Woking 0. Goal for Yeovil was from Aaron Jarvis. 2 minutes into added on time at the end of the first half. Earlier kick-off in the FA Cup, Liverpool beat Accrington by 4 goals to 0. Middlesbrough lost to Blackburn by 1 goal to 0. At home as well. I'd have put money on Middlesbrough to get a result there at least. Wasn't to be though. I think it's pretty much half-time everywhere now. In the FA Cup match between Leicester and QPR, it's still Leicester 5, QPR 2. 3 minutes into added on time being played already there. I'd normally be looking now to have a nibble on some crisp or some dry roasted peanuts or something, but on my diet I can't have anything. Got my sugar-free juice. There is going to be some downsides to losing a bit of weight. When you sit down and you get a fat neck, you know, on your chin, you can kind of rest it on there, but once you lose the weight, You don't have that padding. And you feel the cold a little bit more as well. Definitely. Leicester have scored a sixth against QPR now. It is Leicester 6, QPR 2, and it was Wout Faes in the 93rd minute getting Leicester's 6th. Have a look through the goal scorers there. It was plenty of goals there. Leicester took the lead on 9 minutes through Justin. Varane on 18 minutes levelled things up for QPR. 37 minutes, Mavidide made it 2-1 to Leicester. 38 minutes, Buonanotte made it 3-1 to Leicester. And just before half-time, Colley made it 3-2 to Leicester, pulling one back there for QPR. However, in the second half, Vardy put a penalty away in the 51st minute, making it 4-2 to Leicester. On 63 minutes, Justin made it 5-2, and as we've just heard, Faes has made it 6-2 to Leicester. So he's having a great time, Ruud van Nistelrooy, with the strike force at Leicester. You'll have enjoyed that day, that's for sure. There's been a late goal in Serie A. It is 92 minutes gone so far. And 4 minutes to be played of added on time. But in the 91st minute, Lecce have increased their lead. They took the lead, did the away side, Lecce, on 6 minutes through Morenta. Then Kristovic on 11 minutes doubled things up. Yeah, 6 minutes and 11 minutes. It was 2-0 to Lecce. Second half, Cassis on 47 minutes pulled one back for Empoli. But Kristovic has just ripped things up there in the 91st minute for the away side, Lecce. Let's have a look at the standings in that one, because that's a done deal pretty much now. So, Empoli are level on points now with Lecce, both in 13th and 14th places. Empoli have got a better goal difference, though, both teams on 20 points. And unless something miraculous happens, that's the way it's going to stay. It has finished Leicester 6, QPR 2, so Leicester progress in the FA Cup. In the Southern League Premier South, at the end of the first half, Wimborne have levelled things up against Marlow. Marlow taking the lead on 14 minutes through Nawaf. But on 45 minutes plus 5 minutes of added on time that had been played, Wimborne have levelled things up. Goal scorer to follow as soon as it comes through. And it's just come through now, and it was Carmichael in the 50th minute, but still in the first half, if that makes sense. Standings-wise, this is a battle at the bottom. Marlow are still bottom of the league on 14 points, but Wimborne, they're just one place outside of the drop zone, and that's only on goal difference. So neither team here can afford... Well, Marlow can't afford to lose anything because they are at least 3 points adrift, and they've played 3 games more, 4 games more. They've played more games than all the teams above them, and every team is above them, Marlow. So they need some points today. But Wimborne, like I said, just pulled them back. Wimborne just one place outside the drop zone. They need to pick up points quickly. Pardon me. We'll be getting some full-time results coming through now from around Europe. We just had that one in the FA Cup, Leicester 6, QPR 2. I think we can relax a minute. I think we can relax. We have just had final score from Serie A. It finished Udinese 0, Atalanta 0. More goals for either sets of fans to cheer there. How does that affect the league? Atalanta, they stay in second place, 2 points behind Napoli. Napoli on 44 points, Atalanta 42. And Udinese are mid-table. They are on 26 points. Atalanta, if they're going to push Napoli, they've drawn the last two Atalanta against Lazio 1-1 and today 0-0 against Udinese. So that's 2 draws, but the previous games they'd won 3 of them. They beat AC Milan 2-1, Calgary 1-0, and Empoli 3-2. So they're picking up regular points, but these 2 draws have meant they've dropped behind Napoli in the league now. And it has finished Empoli 1, Lecce 3. That is a final. The final score. That game, it does. It's moved Lecce out of the bottom 3. Before today, they were level on points with Calgary, and they had a slightly worse goal difference as well. So that's a big win that for Lecce. They're going to be delighted with that in the fight to stay in Serie A. It's tight at the bottom over in Italy. Oh yeah, my diet is kicking in now. I'm just in the mood for having a nibble on some crisp or something like that. Quick shout out, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, support the channel. If you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. And if you hit that notifications bell, you need not miss any of the content that we put out there. We've also got 3 stream supporters this afternoon. You know who they are by now if you're a regular. JalexPetProducts.co.uk, HeavenlyPleasures.co.uk, and RemovePests.co.uk. Links will be in the description of this video, along with the promo codes that you can use to grab yourself a discount. So, like I said, after Christmas, everybody needs to tighten the belts a little bit. So grab yourself a bargain. Just moving off the football slightly. I saw yesterday the UK is running out of gas because of the cold weather. I also heard that Keir Starmer's going to be leaving Prime Minister within 30 days. So we'll see. Did you hear it first on Catch It Live First? They've just kicked off. Swindon, is it Swindon and Crew? They've just restarted the game. So good news there. Hopefully that fog stays away. Just having a look through some of the highlights. Let's have a look at Yahoo. Normally full of cack, but there you go. Reform UK councillors quit in protest over Farage. Departures will add to scrutiny of party leader after Elon Musk said he was not up to the job. What you got to do with him? Ian Hislop. He's got a face on your mother could love, hasn't he? I'm no oil painting myself, but Jesus. Ian Hislop praised for perfect takedown of contradiction-riddled Elon Musk. Hislop goes whichever way the wind's blowing. Whoever's going to pay him the most money, I reckon. How Starmer's betrayal of pensioners could be Labour's undoing. And, yeah, Swindon Town and Crew is back underway. Manchester United icon Wayne Rooney lands a new coaching role after Plymouth Argyle nightmare. Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney will be jumping back into a coaching role next month, but not for a professional team. Oh, here we go. So it's clickbait then, is it? That we're playing that game, are we, Yahoo? Rooney has been out of work less than 2 weeks after he was sacked by Championship club Plymouth Argyle, having won just 5 of 25 matches. Well, I thought they didn't sack him. I thought it was mutual consent. This is Yahoo, though. The results left the Devon club languishing in the relegation zone, well, bottom of the league, yeah, in the English second tier, and left former England international's managerial reputation in tatters. Well, let's be honest, before Wayne Rooney came to Home Park, his managerial reputation wasn't exactly as a high flyer, was it, with his woes at Derby, where I believe he paid some of the wages out of his own money. Says a lot about a man, that. And didn't do anything at Birmingham, so this reputation that he had wasn't exactly of a winner, was it? Nothing against him, but they're making it out as though his reputation was something like Jose Mourinho, and he's suddenly gone to Plymouth. It's all gone south, and you're ruined as a football manager. Gobshites. Speculation has been rife as to what Rooney will look to do next in his post-playing career. Many have suggested he will look to take the punditry opportunity, which has favoured many of his former United teammates. Roy Keane looking likely to step back from punditry in the near future. There is a gap in the market for someone to replace him, and Rooney could be that man. Roy Keane, if he's stepping back from punditry, he'll be doing something else to keep him in the public eye, because he gives off this persona of, oh, I just like being left alone and like this. Then I saw him on the overlap where they were saying, oh, Roy, you should go into the jungle. And he's like saying, oh, no, it's not for me, and this, that, and the other. And then they're saying, so you would definitely never go into the jungle. And he was like, no, well, it's not for me. Why would I want to go into the... So really, what he's saying is, pay me enough money and I'll be in the jungle. Just be honest about it, because that's the way you like to try and come across. Be honest. If they pay me enough money, I'll go in. FA Cup third round, there has been another goal in the 47th minute. Bournemouth 4, West Brom 1. Semenyo, yeah, giving Bournemouth a convincing lead there, isn't it? Now, after West Brom took an early lead, but it's all gone south for them since. Yeah, so back to this article about Wayne Rooney. But on a personal level, it appears the former striker still harbours hopes of coaching in the future. As such, Rooney will be dipping his toe back into coaching during the February half-term break. Rooney has been named as new ambassador for Football Escapes, who describe themselves as the ultimate family holiday and football experience. As an ambassador, Rooney will be running a coaching session for the children attending Jumeirah Beach Hotel in Dubai between February 17th and February 21st. Those attending have been promised this is your chance to give your kids the opportunity to train with one of football's greatest icons. Here we go, here's the kicker. The starting prices for this holiday and training experience for a family of four range between $4,650 to $8,650, according to the Football Escapes website. Let me just check my pockets, see if I can send the grandkids there. Yeah, Butlins it is, kids. Butlins it is. What else has been going on? Colleen Rooney reveals attacks forced family to leave Liverpool after Wayne joined. That'll be Manchester United, won't it? Penny Lancaster shares devastating post as she marks husband Rod Stewart's milestone birthday. Clickbait, probably broke a toenail. Carrie Johnson, Boris's missus, that innit, shares photo from hospital bed after brutal 18-day illness. How long before they lock us down again? It's on its way, innit? It's on its way. Fight varicose veins with this one simple trick. I don't think I'll bother. The doomsday weapon Putin could use to cripple the West. Department of Work and Pensions to scrap these 6 benefits for millions by 2026 as warning issued. Karen Pence's reaction to Donald and Melania Trump at Jimmy Carter's funeral is going viral, is it? The Chase fans furious, claiming the game is rigged after Jenny Ryan question. At the Nigel Eady County ground, it's still 0-0. Oh, dear me. Good chance there for Crewe. Just side-footed it past the keeper's left-hand post, still 0-0. They've got it down as being played as added time at the end of the first half. They're only about 10 minutes into that game, though. God, some of these headlines. BuzzFeed. I was a virgin at 59. I chose a controversial way to have sex, and I couldn't be happier. Roy Keane's brutal 6-word warning to daughter's famous fiancé as he makes feelings clear. He's a bit like shit in a field now, and I like Roy Keane, I've got to say, but he's everywhere. Like shit in a field. Right, let's get back to the football. Everything should be getting back underway now. We've got a few goals in the Bundesliga. Freiburg 3, Holstein Kiel 0. Mainz 2, Bochum 0. Avely 1, Chesham 1. Equaliser there for the away side, Chesham. And Chatham 2, Wingate and Finchley 1. Chatham taking the lead now. Bournemouth 4, West Brom 1. We did that goal from Semenyo at the start of the second half. Crusaders 0, Dungannon 3 over in the Northern Irish Premiership. North of the border in Scotland, East Fife 1, Clyde 0, and Chelsea have doubled their lead against Morecambe. It's Chelsea 2, Morecambe 0. Let's have a look for the goal scorer there, see if it's come through. Chelsea took the lead in the first half on the 39th minute through Adebayor. And Nkunku has just doubled that lead on 50 minutes. That'll make him feel a little bit better. He missed a penalty for Chelsea when it was 0-0 on 17 minutes. And who's that other goal that came through? Ooh, that sucks for Plymouth Parkway. Plymouth Parkway 1, Swindon South 1. Swindon South getting back on level terms there. And over in Northern Ireland, it is Linfield 1, Carrick Rangers 0. And it was Cooper with the goal for Linfield on 49 minutes. Why do Gillette Soccer Special and Football Focus and all that, why do they never bother with the Northern Irish football or the lower leagues and just all about the Premier League and Divisions 1 and 2 with the Championship? And like, not everybody supports what you call a mainstream club. That's why you need Catch It Live first. Join me, Jimmy James. Keep up to date with the Southern League Premier South, where it is now Plymouth Parkway 1, Swindon South 1. Parkway took the lead on 25 minutes through Hall, but Swindon have have drawn level on 52 minutes. That's a bit of a kick in the pants for Plymouth Parkway, who are in the bottom four, back in it, I should say, on 25 points. A few goals going in now. Macclesfield 2, FC United 0. Bedford 1, AFC Telford 1. AFC Telford getting back on level terms. And Freiburg 3, Holston Kiel have pulled one back, 1. Who got the goal, the second goal for Macclesfield? It was Elliott on 55 minutes. After Bugail Mellor on 11 minutes. Opener scoring for Macclesfield. Let's have a look at the league there. Macclesfield currently sit on top. Well on top as well, 66 points. They're 16 points clear of second place Guiseley. FC United, they're mid-table on 30 points. Over in the Bundesliga, it is Heidenheim 2, Union Berlin 0. Pratzig on 17 minutes gave Heidenheim the lead. Roth on 37 minutes got sent off for Union Berlin. And in the 84th minute, Beck has made it 2-0 to Heidenheim. We sit twiddling our thumbs now. We've done a bit of politics. We've done a bit of what's doing the rounds on Yahoo, a lot of cack. We know what Wayne Rooney's next job is. And it is now Torquay 1, Welling 1. Welling getting back on level terms. That is in the National League South. Torquay took the lead on 3 minutes through Dyer. But in the 57th minute, Welling have levelled things up, making it 1-1. Goal scorer to follow. We'll leave that screen on, so as soon as it comes through, we can update you. Because there's not exactly a plethora of goals going through at the moment. It's still 0-0 between Swindon and Crewe. That's the latest score from the Nigel Eady City whatever ground it is. Come on, give us Welling's scorer. Can't wait any longer. We'll see if it comes through on the TV. Tonebridge 1, Chippenham 1. Tonebridge getting back on level terms there. And a big goal in the Southern League Premier South. Plymouth Parkway have taken the lead again against Swindon South. So that'll move them back out to the bottom four if it stays like that. Up north of the border in Scotland, East Fife 2, Clyde 0. Alan Troughton on 55 minutes, doubling East Fife's lead. And in Northern Ireland, it is in the Premiership. Linfield have doubled their lead against Carrick Rangers. Cooper gave them the lead on 49 minutes, and East on 54 minutes has doubled that lead. In the National League North, it is Rushall 1, Scunthorpe 1. Scunthorpe took the lead on 10 minutes through Whitehall. However, Rushall on 57 minutes have levelled things up. Goal scorer to follow. Easter Road in Scotland. Scottish Premiership, it's still Hibs 2, Motherwell 0, Boyle on 27 minutes and Trantis on 30 minutes after a mistake by the keeper. Gave Hibs that 2-0 lead. And we've just had a good comeback on in Germany. Just before we do go there, Norwich 3, Norwich 0, Brighton 3. Goal scorer to follow there. Over in the Bundesliga, it is now Freiburg 3, Holstein Kiel 2. It was 3-0, but Holstein Kiel have just scored in the 85th minute and the 90th minute. Jerez getting both those goals. So a nervy ending there for Freiburg. It was Julio Enciso on 59 minutes getting Brighton's third against Norwich. Norwich 0, Brighton 3. Over in Northern Ireland, the Championship, it's Armagh 1, H&W Welders 3. Now, Armagh took the lead there in the very first minute, but it only took 7 minutes. And H&W Welders were back on level terms there through O'Connor. O'Connor then scored again on 11 minutes, making it 1-2 to the Welders. And O'Connor has just got his hat-trick now in the 53rd minute, making it 1-3 to the Welders. So it looked promising in the very first minute for Armagh, but it's all gone pear-shaped since then. Another goal over in Northern Ireland. In the Championship, it's now Ballyclare 2, Newry City 1. Newry City, they took the lead on 6 minutes after Healy put them in the lead. 19 minutes, McMurty equalised for Ballyclare. And on 56 minutes, Ballyclare have taken the lead now. Goal scorer to follow. Goal scorer to follow, hopefully. We'll go back to that one in a minute because there's another couple of goals gone through. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Plymouth Parkway 2, Swindon South 2. Plymouth keep getting pegged back in this match. Paul gave them the lead on 25 minutes. In the 49th minute, Fernandez equalised for Swindon South. Scarf on 56 minutes thought he'd wrapped up the points for Wigan. Oh, Jimmy, get a grip, lad. You peaked too soon for Plymouth. But Swindon South have just pulled things level again, so it's now 2-2. For Wigan, where did that even come from in my brain? How does it work? It's Buxton 2, Chester 4 now. Chester starting to pull away. Hemel Hempstead 1, Slough 1. Slough getting back on level terms there. And it is now Sunderland 1, Stoke 1. Sunderland back level after Cannon fired Stoke into the lead on 4 minutes with a penalty. But Alisic on 64 minutes has levelled things up for Sunderland. Come on, Sky, get catching up. Stamford Bridge, it's still Chelsea 2, Morecambe 0. Tossing on 39 minutes and Nkunku on 50 minutes. Nkunku missed a penalty on 17 minutes. Redeemed himself though, didn't he? And it was Milan Alisic on 64 minutes getting Sunderland's equaliser according to Sky. You're behind Jimmy James. A fool at home with a laptop and a TV. That's all we've got. Come on, get some new background staff. Weymouth 2, Dorking 0. Weymouth getting back on level terms there. And Horsham 1, Billericay 0. I will stop doing that, I promise you. I've been saying that since 2024, and now as soon as it comes out, I think, don't do it. But it just comes out as, can't just say Billericay, can you? Too much Gavin and Stacey going on. Billericay. Nottingham Forest 2, Luton Town 0. Come on, Sky, catch up. Goal scorer to follow. Unless I can get it here first. Having a great season, Nottingham Forest, aren't they? If you're a Forest fan, this must have gone beyond your wildest dreams, to be honest. It was Ramon Souza on 68 minutes, doubling Forest lead against Luton. Got a goal in Belgium. And the comeback wasn't enough, actually, for Holstein Kiel. It is final score, Freiburg 3, Holstein Kiel 2. And Westerlo 1, St. Truden 2. St. Truden took the lead on 5 minutes with a speedy goal from Ferrari. Oh, I've already done that one. A speedy goal from Ferrari. But 2 minutes into added on time at the end of the first half, Divine levelled things up. And on the 65th minute, Ito got St. Truden into the lead. And that's the way it stands currently. Westerlo 1, St. Truden 2. Plenty of time left in that game, though. And over in France, League 1, it's Brest 2, Lyon 0. Kamara on 8 minutes got the first goal for Brest. And on 25 minutes, Ajork made it 2-0 to the home side. Brest 2, Lyon 0 currently. 25 minutes gone. That was a 4 o'clock kickoff. Just looking at Swindon and Crewe, you can see the players now. Good show, my word. Good shot there from Swindon. Whistled past the keeper's right-hand post. Oof. And it is Exeter 3, Oxford 1. Vincent Harper on 64 minutes. Pulling things around there for Exeter now. They're pulling away. Oxford did take the lead on 14 minutes through Phillips. But on 22 minutes, Mitchell levelled things up. Then Mitchell again on 40 minutes gave Exeter a lead at half-time, 2-1. And on 64 minutes, Harper, like I said, has just made it 3-1 to Exeter. So I thought Oxford were going great guns. They are in the league now. Looks like they're going to be going out of the FA Cup. We've got a final score from the Bundesliga, round 16. It finished St. Pauli 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. Only goal of the game coming in the 32nd minute from Mamouche. Let's have a look how that affects the standings. Eintracht Frankfurt, they remain in third place on 30 points. St. Pauli, they're in 14th place, just 2 above the drop zone. Just 14 points from this season so far. There has been a goal in the FA Cup. It is Reading 0, Burnley 1. Goal scorer to follow in that one, because we've got a final score in the Bundesliga. It has finished Hoffenheim 0, Wolfsburg 1. Amura on 29 minutes getting the only goal of the game for Wolfsburg. Standings wise, Wolfsburg there in 9th place now on 24 points. Hoffenheim just 1 place above the drop zone on 14 points. It was Lyle Foster on 71 minutes who got Burnley's opener against Reading. Excellent game in the FA Cup. England National League, it is Boston United 2, Ebbsfleet 1. Ebbsfleet took the lead on 22 minutes after Cosgrove finished clinically. 39 minutes in though, Marriott levelled things up for Boston. And now, after being behind, Osborne has given Boston the lead on 67 minutes. Boston United 2, Ebbsfleet 1. And we've got a final result in the Bundesliga come through. It is Mainz 2, Bochum 0. Burkhardt on 23 minutes opened the scoring for Mainz. It was 1-0 at half-time. And then Burkhardt again getting a brace on 69 minutes. Good enough to give Mainz all 3 points. That means Mainz will move into 4th place in the league. And Bochum, they remain rock bottom with just 8 points. Over in Northern Ireland, it is now Linfield 3, Carrick Rangers 0. In the National League North, it's Rushall 2, Scunthorpe 1. Scunthorpe took the lead there on 10 minutes through Whitehall, but 2 second-half goals, one from Minash on 57 minutes, levelling things up there for Rushall. And on 69 minutes, they've now taken a 2-1 lead. Goal scorer to follow. And it gets worse for FC United. Macclesfield top of the league. 3, FC United 0. Mellor on 11 minutes, giving Macclesfield the lead. Then that goal's been ruled out, sorry. So it will remain Macclesfield 2, FC United 0. Elliott with the second on 55 minutes. That was ruled out pretty quickly, so someone a bit trigger happy there over at Macclesfield. Got a game going on here in the Championship over in Northern Ireland. It's now Armagh 2, H&W Welders 3. Armagh took the lead in the very first minute through Rakowski, but an O'Connor hat-trick on 8 minutes, 11 minutes and 53 minutes gave the Welders the lead. On 64 minutes, Armagh have pulled one back. Goal scorer to follow, so it's currently Armagh 2, Welders 3. Bedford 2, AFC Telford 1. Bedford taking the lead there. Chelsea have just scored. Tossing with the goal. Yeah, Chelsea 3, Morecambe 0. Bedford 2, AFC Telford 1. Hemel Hempstead, National League South this game. Hemel Hempstead 2, Slough 1. Hemel Hempstead took the lead on 9 minutes through Hampstead. God, this is a mouthful. Ogbonna on 60 minutes levelled things up for Slough. But just 10 minutes later, on the 70th minute, Hemel Hempstead take the lead again. We've just done that one. Chelsea 3, Morecambe 0. And in the Spanish La Liga, round 19, 57 minutes in. It is Valladolid 1, Betis 0. 0-0 at half-time there. But Perez, on 58 minutes, has given Valladolid the lead. For a drink, I think. Forest almost made it 3 there, but it wasn't to be. Still, Nottingham Forest 2, Luton 0. Yates on 40 minutes and Sosa on 68 minutes. However, Norwich 0, Brighton 4. Goal scorer to follow, and north of the border it is Forfar 0, Elgin City 1. Russell Dingwall on 76 minutes, giving Elgin City the lead. And it is, oh, it gets worse now. 1 second. It is Reading 1, Burnley 1. Burnley taking the lead there, but getting pegged back by Reading. It was Solly March on 74 minutes, making it 4-0 to Brighton. It is Plymouth Parkway 2, Swindon South 3. I'll get you the Reading scorer as well in one moment. Let's have a see what's happened. It's all going south here for Plymouth Parkway now. Twice they were in the lead there against Swindon South and getting pegged back twice. But now in the 74th minute, Swindon South have taken the lead. Not looking good for Plymouth Parkway. Come on, give us the... let's have a see if we've got the Reading goal scorer for any of you Reading fans out there. It was... Foster gave Burnley the lead on 71 minutes, but Wing on 77 minutes has levelled things up for Reading. G-Tech Community Stadium, it's still Brentford 0, Plymouth Argyle 0. That's in the FA Cup, of course. And it is down here in the West Country, National League South. Torquay 2, Welling 1. Torquay took the lead on 3 minutes through Dyer. It was stayed that way until half-time. In the 57th minute, Bramble equalised for Welling. But Torquay have just taken the lead again. Goal scorer to follow. How is that affecting the league? Torquay would remain top of the league if it stayed like that, on 50 points, with Maidstone, who are also winning today, on 48 points. Welling, they're on 27 points, just 2 places outside the drop zone, but they've got plenty of points in hand. They've got sort of a 9-point gap between the drop zone, so no panic just yet. It was Lewis Wing with the equaliser for Reading against Burnley. We knew that. Chelsea have made it 4-0 against Morecambe. Goal scorer to follow. It is now Chatham 3, Wingate and Finchley 1. Wingate and Finchley took the lead on 15 minutes through Drake's Thomas. Sears levelled things up on 23 minutes, and that's where it stayed until half time. However, in the second half, Chatham are pulling away. Sears again on the goal scorer's sheet for 47 minutes in, made it 2-1 to Chatham, and then in the 73rd minute, somebody has scored, making it 3-1 to Chatham. Still waiting for the goal scorer. The goal scorer of Chelsea's fourth against Morecambe was Joe Felix on 75 minutes, making it Chelsea 4, Morecambe 0. Still waiting for the goal scorer from Chatham. Come on, whoever the secretary is there, get the details sent over. Still not come through. It's been quiet in the live chat today. Yeovil 1, Woking 1. Lewis Walker on 74 minutes, getting Woking back on level terms there. Still waiting for this Chatham goal scorer's third goal. Can't wait any longer. We're getting some goals coming through now. Maidstone 2, Enfield Town 0. And Chelsea 5, Morecambe 0. Joe Felix again. 2 goals in 2 minutes there for Joe Felix. Yeah, Maidstone 2, Enfield Town 0. Brooks on 35 minutes from the penalty spot put Maidstone in the lead. And goal scorer to follow on 79 minutes. Maidstone 2, Enfield Town 0. We've just done Chelsea 5, Morecambe 0. And lots of goals going in. Bedford 2, AFC Telford 2. Hibs 2, Motherwell 1. Callum Slattery on 76 minutes, possibly giving Motherwell a lifeline. Still trailing by a goal, though. And I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Brentford 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. Morgan Whittaker on 82 minutes, giving Plymouth Argyle the lead. The Pilgrims will be happy with that. They'll be happy with that, will Plymouth Argyle. They had a good cup run a few years ago, didn't they? Morgan Whittaker, lots of talk about him going to the Premiership before this season started. He didn't get the move he wanted, and he did sulk on the pitch. You could see it a mile off. He did some sulking, that lad, but he can do it. Goes to where the spotlight's on him in the Premier League and gets a goal miraculously. Maybe that's just me being cynical. Let me know in the comments what you think. I won't say live chat because nobody's in it apart from Empire Maker at the minute. Forfar 1, Elgin City 1. Cammy Logan on 83 minutes, getting Forfar back on level terms. It is now Gosport 1, Taunton 1. Taunton took the lead on 3 minutes through Rice. But Gosport, 80 minutes in, have just levelled things up there. And, what's Seesaw game? Weymouth 2, Dorking 3 now. So Weymouth took the lead on 18 minutes through Greenwood. Then Pryor on 21 minutes and Camp on 38 minutes made it 2-1 to the away side. Brooks pulled things level on 58 minutes, but Murphy on 74 minutes has now made it Weymouth 2, Dorking 3. And Hemel Hempstead 2. It's no longer Hemel Hempstead 2, it's Hemel Hempstead 3, Slough 1. 80 minutes gone in that match. We've not done bad for goals today, I've got to say. When I saw all the postponements and what have you, I thought it might be a bit of a quiet afternoon, but not at all. There's been plenty of goals going in. And there's been a goal, Forfar Athletic 0, Elgin City 1. What's that all about? It was already that score, and Cammy Logan's just equalised for Forfar. So I'm not sure quite what's happening there. Later on tonight, we will have Football Special, a recap. We'll go through all the scores for you and give you all the stats if you've had a bet. Well, in the description of the video, we'll have the highlights of your team's game, assuming the highlight is available. It gets worse for Oxford. Tyler Goodram on 81 minutes. He's been sent off at Exeter for violent conduct. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that with up in Scotland, but it is Forfar Athletic 1, Elgin City 1. Yeah, I'm looking forward to as well. We've not got long now, and then Super League starts. Love my rugby Super League. Wigan Warriors, can they take the title again and the grand final? I do like doing the watch-alongs for that. That is for sure. And after it looked like a comeback could have been on the cards there for Motherwell, Hibs has stretched that lead again. It was a Martin Boyle 81-minute penalty, making it Hibs 3, Motherwell 1. Half-time at the county ground, just because of it got suspended after 3 minutes because of fog. It is Swindon 0, Crewe 0. We have had a goal in the National League South. It is Maidstone 3, Enfield Town 0. Brooks with a penalty on 35 minutes made it 1-0 to Maidstone. In the second half, Coolthurst on 79 minutes made it 2-0 to Maidstone. And on 85 minutes, it's now Maidstone 3, Enfield Town 0. Goal scorer to follow, assuming it comes up. It was Coolthurst again. So a brace for him for Maidstone, making it 3-0. Entertaining game here as well. Boston United 2, Ebbsfleet 2. Ebbsfleet took the lead on 22 minutes through Cosgrove. Marriott on 39 minutes levelled things up. In the second half, Osborne on 67 minutes put Boston United into the lead. But in the 84th minute, Ebbsfleet have drawn level once more through Moncur. So Boston United Ebbsfleet 2-2. 85 minutes gone, still time for a winner there. Winbourne have taken the lead now against Marlow. Marlow opened the scoring on 14 minutes through Nawaf, but Carmichael levelled things up deep into injury time at the end of the first half, and now Burrows on 80 minutes has given Winbourne the lead. So they've turned things around at home. Over in Northern Ireland, we've got Crusaders 0, Dungannon 4. McGovern with a brace there. And on 5 minutes and 48 minutes, in between that, Birmingham on 14 minutes. Got on the score sheet, and Gavin in the 87th minute has made it Crusaders 0, Dungannon 4. Basingstoke 2, Winchester 0. Noah Chuku on 33 minutes put Basingstoke in the lead, and they just doubled that lead in the 82nd minute. I don't have a goal scorer there, but it is Basingstoke 2, Winchester 0. Over in France, it is now Brest 2, Lyon 1. Brest were winning. They were winning 2-0. Kamara on 8 minutes and Ajork on 25 minutes, giving them a 2-0 lead. But just 2 minutes into added on time at the end of the first half, the Tout has pulled one back for Lyon. Up in Scotland, big goal. Big goal. St Mirren 0, Dundee United 1. Lewis Moult on 88 minutes, giving Dundee United the lead. And Torquay 3, Welling 1. Torquay pulling away there. I just want to have a look how that goal up in Scotland affects the league. St Mirren, mid-table on 27 points. It's tight in the middle of that table. But Dundee United, they'll move back into third if it stays like this. 4 points behind Rangers, but they have played 2 games more as well. We've done Torquay and Welling. Torquay 3, Welling 1. Over in Northern Ireland, in the Premiership, Crusaders have pulled one back, but too little too late. Deep into injury times there. It was Owens with nothing more than a consolation goal. And another good game here. In the Southern League Premier Central, it's Bedford 2, AFC Telford 3 now. It was 1-0 at half-time to Bedford after Blake gave them a lead on 17 minutes. Dinanga on 50 minutes levelled things up. Then Lobjoit on 68 minutes gave Bedford the lead again. But 2 late goals here. One from Stenson on 76 minutes and one from Tofollow on 85 minutes have given Telford the lead. Still 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go there, though. And if the rule of 17 is anything to go by, Bedford will not lose that game. If you're a regular, you'll know what that rule of 17 is. And it's East 5, 3, Clyde 0. And it's Bournemouth 5, West Brom 1. The wheels have come off now for West Brom. They took the lead on 14 minutes through Taylor. But it's all gone pear-shaped. It was Adam Laref on 89 minutes who got East 5's third against Clyde. Currently 3-0. It was Daniel Jebison, 2 minutes into added on time. They're getting Bournemouth's 5th against West Brom. And in Northern Ireland, the comeback, the consolation goal, meant naught because Dungannon have just scored again. Gavin on 93 minutes. And that's a hat-trick for him. It is. A second half hat-trick. He scored on the 74th minute, did T. Galvin. On the 88th minute. And he's now got one in the 93rd minute as well. So well done to Galvin. A second half hat-trick. Excuse me. Final score, Nottingham Forest 2, Luton 0. Alloa with a late equaliser. A Scott Taggart penalty in the 92nd minute, making it Alloa 1, Queen of the South 1. Lots of final scores coming in now. We'll go through all the final scores once we get. Just give it a few more minutes because there's quite a few games still being played. It's finished Basford 1, Gainsborough 1. Reading 1, Burnley 1 at full time, so they'll be playing extra time. I won't be doing the extra time purely because tonight we will have Football Special, a recap. We'll go through all the scores, goal scorers, the stats from the games. And we'll also, in the description of the video, we'll have the highlights as well. So pick your team, click the link, watch the highlights of your game. There's been a late goal, Maidstone, Enfield, not that it matters. Maidstone 4, Enfield Town 0. That game was done and dusted. Are Plymouth Argyle going to hang on? Away at Brentford, Morgan Whittaker in the 87th minute, giving Plymouth Argyle a lead. Hopefully, they will get a good cup run going, if you're a Plymouth Argyle fan, that is, and they'll take that form into the league because they are rooted to the bottom of the Championship. I think they're in the 95th minute there. It'd be cruel on Plymouth if they were to concede a late goal. Just need to calm everything down now. I'm on about myself, not the football. Because there's that many things start flashing across the screen because you get final scores mixed in with goals that have been scored late on. They go so quick, you miss them. And you can be missing important goals. 6 minutes of added on time at the G-Tech Community Stadium added on. We're almost 6 minutes up. Still Brentford 0, Plymouth 1. Just watching everything whiz through. Brentford apparently have played quite a few of their squad players. Not good enough to take out Plymouth Argyle. No win in the last 11 games for Plymouth Argyle, and yet you go to Brentford, all right, they played some of the squad players, and then you win in the FA Cup. Late goal, Hemel Hempstead 4, Slough 1. Hemel Hempstead pulling away there. And a late goal in Northern Ireland, Ballyclare 3, Newry City 1, Ballyclare pulling away. They'll enjoy the last few minutes, no doubt. Newry were trying to pile forward to get the equaliser, but it's backfired. And it looks like they'll be going away empty-handed. Up at Easter Road, it's still Hibs 3, Motherwell 1. There's the final score. Brentford 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. It'd be good if they could get a nice tie as well. Late goal, Wimborne 3, Marlow 1. Wimborne pulling away there. Motherwell have just had a player sent off. And it was Jack Vale on 93 minutes for Motherwell. Serious foul play. Bad tackle, that was. Right, I think we are pretty much ready for hitting the final scores. Like I said, we won't wait for the games that are going into extra time because we'll cover them tonight in football special recap. Let's just sort this out. Sort this out and we should be good to go. I've just got to turn that volume down. Right, we can start off with just bear with me 1 second. I just want to line all this up so I don't miss any. I do not miss any. One game that won't be finished in time for sure, it's half-time, is Swindon and Crewe. That was delayed after 3 minutes due to fog, but they have continued it. So we can get going with it's a little bit awkward this actually. The English FA Cup, Birmingham 2, Birmingham 2, Lincoln 1, Bristol City 1, Wolves 2, Middlesbrough 0, Blackburn 1, Liverpool 4, Accrington 0, Reading 1, Burnley 1, that's extra time being played. Sunderland 1, Stoke 1, extra time being played in that match. I'm just waiting for, so apologies for this, I'm waiting for this to update because we have got more FA Cup matches for you to bring you the scores. Let's just start with, we'll do it this way, much easier. Yeah, that's better. We'll start that again, so apologies. England FA Cup, Birmingham 2, Lincoln 1, Bristol City 1, Wolves 2, Middlesbrough 0, Blackburn 1, Liverpool 4, Accrington 0, Leicester 6, QPR 2, Bournemouth 5, West Brom 1, Brentford 0, Plymouth Argyle 1, Chelsea 5, Morecambe 0, Exeter 3, Oxford United 1, Norwich 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 4, Nottingham Forest 2, Luton Town 0, Reading and Burnley, extra time being played there, finished 1-1. Sunderland and Stoke, extra time being played, finished 1-1. Leeds and Harrogate, that's a 5:45 kick-off, as is Manchester City v Salford. And Coventry and Sheffield Wednesday, that's a 6 o'clock kick-off. Leyton Orient and Derby, that was postponed due to a frozen pitch. That game will be played on the 14th of January. Right, now we can move over to England League One. Just the one game played today. Rotherham 3, Bolton Wanderers 1. All the others were postponed. Mansfield and Lincoln. Reading and Wrexham. Blackpool and Cambridge. Northampton and Barnsley. Shrewsbury and Huddersfield. Stevenage and Burton. Rotherham and Wickham. All postponed. Moving on to League Two. Grimsby and Notts County. Match postponed. Frozen pitch. Walsall 5, Tranmere 1. Accrington and Newport postponed. AFC Wimbledon Cheltenham postponed. Carlisle MK Dons postponed. Gillingham Fleetwood postponed. Port Vale and Barrow postponed. And Swindon and Crewe, currently just in the second half now. Looking at that, the fog's cleared. But that game was delayed after just 3 minutes because of fog. It's currently 0-0. Moving into the England National League. AFC Fylde and Sutton postponed. Aldershot Solihull Moors postponed. Altrincham Wealdstone postponed. Barnet and Hartlepool postponed. Boston United 2, Ebbsfleet 2. Gateshead and Braintree postponed. Maidenhead York City postponed. Oldham and Eastleigh postponed. Southend Halifax postponed. Yeovil 1, Woking 1. National League North. Hereford and Warrington, match postponed. Brackley Town, Needham Market, postponed. Buxton 2, Chester 4. Curzon Ashton, Scarborough, postponed. Darlington Chorley, postponed. Kingsley and Oxford City, postponed. Marine Kidderminster, postponed. Peterborough Sports, Farsley, postponed. Radcliffe, South Shields, postponed. Rushall 2, Scunthorpe 1. Southport Leamington, postponed. Spennymoor and Alfreton, postponed. National League South. Aveley 1, Chesham 1. Bath and Chelmsford, postponed. Boreham Wood, Hampton and Richmond, postponed. Eastbourne Borough 0, Truro 0. Hemel Hempstead 4, Slough 1. Hornchurch and Worthing match postponed. Maidstone 4, Enfield Town 0. Salisbury and Farnborough match postponed. Tonbridge 1, Chippenham 1. Torquay 3, Welling 1. Weston-super-Mare 0, St Albans 0. Weymouth 2, Dorking 3. NPL Premier Division. Bamber and Workington postponed. Basford 1, Gainsborough 1. Blythe and Stockton postponed. Hyde and Ilkeston postponed. Lancaster Prescott postponed. Macclesfield 2, FC United 0. Matlock and Ashton United postponed. Morpeth and Guiseley postponed. Warrington Rylands and Leek postponed. Whitby and Hebburn Town postponed. And finally, Worksop and Mickleover postponed. England Southern League Premier Central. Barwell and Bromsgrove postponed. Bedford 2, AFC Telford 3. Biggleswade Town and Lowestoft postponed. Bishop Stortford Spalding United postponed. Hales Owen and Royston postponed. Harborough 1, Hitchin 0. Kettering and Elfchurch, postponed. Leicester and St Ives, postponed. Stamford, Redditch, postponed. Stourbridge, Banbury, postponed. Stratford and Sudbury, postponed. Moving over to the Southern League Premier Central. Moving over to the Southern League Premier South even. Basingstoke 2, Winchester 0. Bracknell and Gloucester, postponed. Chertsey and AFC Totton, postponed. Frome and Hanwell Town, postponed. Gosport 1, Taunton 1. Hungerford and Poole, postponed. Merthyr Town 0, Dorchester 0. Plymouth Parkway 2, Swindon South 3. Sholing and Walton and Hersham, postponed. Tiverton and Hampton Waterlooville, postponed. Wimborne 3, Marlow 1. Isteman League Premier Division. Dover and Lewes, postponed. Bognor Regis and Hashtag, postponed. Bowers and Pitsea 1, Cray Valley 2. Canvey and Cheshunt, postponed. Carshalton and Hastings, postponed. Chatham 3, Wingate and Finchley 1. Cray Wanderers 1, Potters Bar 0. Dartford and Chichester, match postponed. Dulwich Hamlet and Folkestone, match postponed. Horsham FC 1, Billericay 0. Whitehawk and Hendon, match postponed. Moving over to French League 1, currently still being played is Brest 2, Lyon 1. Germany, the Bundesliga. Freiburg 3, Holstein Kiel 2. Heidenheim 2, Union Berlin 0. Hoffenheim 0, Wolfsburg 1. Mainz 2, Bochum 0. St. Pauli 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. And Borussia Mönchengladbach v Bayern Munich, that is a 5:30 kickoff. Over to Italy now, Serie A. Empoli 1, Lecce 3. Udinese 0, Atalanta 0. And currently it's 0-0 between Torino and Juventus, just 7 minutes played there. Over to the Netherlands now, to the Eredivisie. No final scores. It's currently half-time between Heracles 0 and Sparta Rotterdam 0. Over to Northern Ireland, the Premiership. Ballymena and Glentoran, match postponed. Crusaders 1, Dungannon 5. Glenavon and Coleraine, match postponed. Linfield 3, Carrick Rangers 0. Loughgall 0, Portadown 1. Northern Irish Championship. Dundela and Anna, match postponed. Armagh 3, H and W Welders 3. That game is into extra time, so it's still being played, it's showing. Ballinamallard and Newington, match postponed. Ballyclare 3, Newry City 1. Institute and Ards, match postponed. In Italy, Juventus have just taken the lead against Torino. It's currently Torino 0, Juventus 1. Moving up to the Scottish Premiership. Ross County 1, Celtic 4. Hibernian 3, Motherwell 1. St Mirren 0, Dundee United 1. Scottish Championship. Falkirk 0, Queen's Park 0. Scottish League 1. Alloa 1, Queen of the South 1. Cove Rangers and Montrose, match postponed. Dumbarton and Arbroath, match postponed. Kelty Hearts and Stenhousemuir, that's a 5:30 kick-off. Scottish League 2, Bonnyrigg Rose and Stranraer, match postponed. East Fife 3, Clyde 0, Edinburgh City 0, Peterhead 1, Forfar Athletic 1, Elgin City 1, and Stirling beat Spartans, match postponed. The Welsh Premier, Aberystwyth 1, Britain Ferry 6, Barla 0, Caernarfon 2. In La Liga, over in Spain, Alaves 0, Girona 1, Valladolid 1, Betis 0. That game still being played 8 minutes into added on time there. 2 games being played later, Espanyol and Legans, that's a 5:30 kickoff, and Sevilla and Valencia, that's an 8 o'clock kickoff. I think that's all the football from today. Oh, there was one game over in the Belgium Jupiler Pro League. Westerlo 1, St Truden 2. Genk and Leuven, that's a 5:15 kickoff, and Charleroi and Royal Union SG, that's a 7:45 kickoff. And I think that's all we've got for you. We have done the lot. Hopefully, you've made a few shekels. Did we get we got the French in, didn't we? We've done everything that we normally do. So on that note, I will say, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, support the channel, ping that notifications bell, and if you can give us a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. 3 stream supporters for today: heavenlypleasures.co.uk, gelexpetproducts.co.uk, and removepest.co.uk. See what I did there? I did them in a slightly different order. Links are in the description along with the promo code, so grab yourselves a bargain there. I am Jimmy James. You've been watching Football Special live. Thanks to Empire Maker for joining me in the chat. Join us a little bit later for the betting shop. We'll have the horse racing results for you from today. See how our 6 horse, 10 pence each way accumulator went on. And then later on tonight, we will have Football Special, a recap. We'll have all the scores, stats for you from the major leagues. And in the description of that video will be the highlights of your team's goals and matches, assuming they are available. Check out the description of the video. I am Jimmy James. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. I will